Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You could use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker and you don't want to say anything at all, you can just lurk, and that's also okay. I'm going to take a sip of water. I need it. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Ah, nice. The goal of tonight's stream is to continue working on our Wing Gundam Zero real grade. We have completed most of the body here. We got the arms, got the legs, got the chest and waist. I'm working on the head right now. You can see I got part of the head done here. It's very tiny. While working on the head, we're going to put the finish that up. Panel line the good thing, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Lord Crash says, "Hey Pat, nice green shirt." Well, thank you very much, Lord Crash, for that. Appreciate that. I normally wear black when I'm streaming because I sweat, and black t-shirts don't show the sweat as much as other shirts do. But this type, the Vinny mode, indeed, Lord Crashington, Vinny and I share this in common. But this particular time of year, I don't sweat as much because even if my room is hotter than other people's rooms, it's not that hot. In this house, it don't get that warm in the winter, even with the heat going. So I'm not too concerned. But in the summer, you would not see this. Yeah, generally. I'll say this. We'll go to the overhead camera. Let me get this piece here. We'll go to the overhead camera. When I am not streaming on the nights, where I don't have a stream, the days where I don't have a stream later in the night, I should say, I do wear shirts that are not black. It's just that generally for streams like this, days I have streams, I'm rocking the black tape. So it's not exclusive, but it is generally how I do things. But I figured, you know what? I'm not going to sweat too much tonight. I'll be okay. We're at 6 degrees right now, so no threat of sweating at the moment, says Lord Crashington. Well, it is a reminder that I am currently in a small room. Why can't I get this to fit? We'll get this figured out here. I am in a small room, and that does increase the chance of this room getting warm, because I do have I have the light I have on all the time. I have a light that only comes on because it's pointed here, my building. I have a light that is pointed at my face, which you can sometimes see in the reflection of my glasses, a ring light to brighten up the face. And then I also have the heat that's coming off of a computer, and then also 3 computer monitors that have been on for a while. And my door is closed so that I am being respectful of the people that live in this house, so they don't hear me talking for 2 hours straight. So I'm doing that too. So all those things considered, all those things together, it means that this room can get a little hot and get a little heated in here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this piece out. I'm just going to try this with here. I'm just going to try this without the middle piece in there. Okay, so that fits in really nice and easy right away, which tells me that the part of the head here would go on nice and easy. Shift this just over a little bit. It's not center, but that's better for me. Will go on nice and easy. So something's going on with this piece here. This piece here is giving some kind of problems. What those problems are, I don't know. But they are giving problems. So, because with this in is causing an issue. And obviously, I don't want there to be an issue. I want this to work. Perfect. So slide it in. I'm going to push this in as far as I can. And then we'll... Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't pushed in as far as it needed to be. And we'll get this in. No? Kind of fitting right. We'll try this side first. This is obviously small and fairly delicate, so I am trying to do my best to get everything lined up right. I will get everything together except for the V-fin, panel line it, and then put the V-fin on because it will be harder to do everything once the V-fin is on. So, to reach everything. Because the hope is that I can snap all this together and then not think about it again for a while. Okay, so this side, whatever it is, something's going on here where this side does not want to slip in properly, and I don't know why. So I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get this working here. It doesn't involve breaking things. We'll see. Okay, that's okay. The bottom part is lined up, probably right. This top part isn't. And again, it's small. So I'm trying to do everything that I'm supposed to do here as best to my abilities without forcing things to go the way they don't want to go. All right. That might have worked. But yeah, it is fairly cold around here. I was out and about doing stuff. I was expecting a package to be delivered tomorrow, but apparently it got delivered today. So it was out in my mailbox and I wanted to get it. And I went out after the sun had come down. And that was fucking cold. Once the sun goes down, it got fucking chilly. There it is. Jesus, that took forever. That was an effort to get all that together. Now we just have these two pieces left, which should hopefully go on a little easier than everything else did. But yeah, it was sundown. It was pretty chilly when I went out to go and collect something. I went ahead. So here's a little state of the address kind of thing. A little bit of that. I talked about this previously. My backlog right now is healthy. Part of that is the money that came in from AdSense at the end in December. That really helped me pick some stuff up. One thing was nice was some deals. I had some points saved up at USA Gundam Store, and so I was able to get a pretty cool model kit for a very reasonable price, and then also basically only paid for shipping. So that was really nice with that. And then also that 100 gifted subs from Twitch at the end of last year all went into model kits, right? So I have a good amount of model kits and some brick kits in the backlog. The backlog is healthy. It's the healthiest it's been for a very long time, right? So that meant that some of the money that came in from Twitch went this month, didn't just go to model kits, it went to equipment. And I tend to only buy equipment when I really, really need it. I often put it on my wish list, and like the stuff I put on my wish list is often things that I would like, not things that I need, right? So there's headphones. Those headphones are going to be are better than the headphones I have. They're a spare. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm a little paler than I would like here. Let's just really quick. I just happened to look at my headphones there. Let's just go, and it might be because I'm wearing a shirt that's not black. Might be doing something there. Let me just go ahead and then we'll just make myself yellow there for a second. And that, okay, that's fine. That's all right. But yeah, I often buy stuff that I absolutely need, and the stuff on my wish list is stuff that I would like. So right now, my overhead camera, it used to just be a Logitech webcam. I just had a Logitech webcam, and I would use that had good digital zoom, and I would put it up there, and I would zoom in, and it was the HD, and it was fine, right? I realized I had in my possession a camcorder, an HD camcorder that it's a Panasonic that I wasn't using for anything. I bought it for convention travel, for recording shows, and also shows in New York when I lived in New York to record stuff, and it works really well for that. But it was just kind of sitting in my closet. And I was like, you know what? I could make this the overhead camera for the streams because it has a very good zoom on it. So I could put it high up and zoom in, and it wouldn't have to be kind of low, and I wouldn't have to do zoom in OBS. I wouldn't have to enlarge the picture in OBS. That would be great. That would be ideal if I could just, set it up and have it work like that. It's out of the way. I barely see it. It's good. It means there's some wobble occasionally. That's because it's heavy on the and the arm that is holding it up is good, but not great. But it's good. It works. It works for what I want to do. And upgrading to this camera, I needed a way to go from the HDMI, because it has micro HDMI or mini HDMI to HDMI. And so I needed a way to capture HDMI for use, right? So I got a dongle. I got a USB 3.0 to HDMI dongle. It's a nice little thing. It doesn't require its own power source. It works fine. For what I'm using, it works perfectly fine. But I've been thinking for a long time, what if I got a better breakaway box? What if I got something that had power, its own power source, so it wasn't pulling power from USB, and was more than just a dongle, had more electronics on it than that. Maybe even had a pass-through, which I don't need. I don't need a pass-through for this setup, right? Like, I can just look over here at OBS and I see what y'all see, and it works out just fine. But if I had a pass-through, then I could hook it up to another monitor or a TV, and I could see bigger picture, what everyone saw. If I wanted to record, like if I ever wanted a feed of the overhead camera that was just the overhead camera, like, I don't know why I would need that, but I could do that if I had something with a pass-through. Or I could use it for other things. Like if I wanted to capture, I'm trying to, like, devices, right? Like, look, I have a Raspberry Pi, right? Well, if I wanted to pull stuff off the Raspberry Pi and use that instead of using my computer for the source of something, like if I wanted to play a ROM or something, and instead of using it on the computer and dedicating a monitor to it, I could just hook that up. And then I could have a pass-through on that to another monitor that would show me what's coming out of the Pi. I could do that if I wanted to. That would be kind of neat. So I bought one of those. I used some of the money this month to go towards that. But it did not arrive until late this evening, so I did not set it up because, hey, I had like an hour between when I got it or like an hour and a half between when I found out it had been delivered in my mailbox, because why was something delivered today? But it was. I had like an hour and a half between that and the stream starting. And just so you know, there are people out there who would say, well, I'll get that set up. I've got enough time. I'm not one of those people. I'm going to do it like tomorrow during the day. Because that way I have tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday to fuss with it. To like make sure it works, make sure it's in the right USB, make sure if I have something next to that USB that's conflict with, that I'm not getting any kind of weird issues with that. I have to like find the right place. It comes with a USB-C adapter already on it. Do I want to plug it into USB-C, the USB-C port I have on this? Like, is that going to work? I already have something plugged into USB-C. Should I move that somewhere else? What USB 3.0 or 3.1 ports do I have right now that I can use? Because that's going to make a difference on that. And then it came with like, these are the settings you should use in OBS, which is awesome. That includes that. So I have to set that up, right? Because I don't want to use the same exact settings that I use for this, but also my Panasonic image is flipped. And so I have to also remember to flip that with the new adapter, probably. It might be saved in there, it might not. I might be able to go into the Panasonic source that I have here and change the properties of which capture device, and I won't have to change anything else. I might have to change the lighting around. It might work so much better than the current dongle that I have that I need to adjust it. I might have to adjust the brightness because I might be compensating. The brightness the thing that I'm compensating for the camera might, the contrast that I mess with, might actually be because of the dongle. And so I have to adjust that. And there's a bunch of things that I would need to try and figure out. And what I didn't want to do was worry about that tonight. So I didn't. I didn't worry about that tonight. I'll find out tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday how that works. And we'll see. So Thursday, we might have a very different vibe to the setup. It might feel really different. I don't know if it will. I honestly, when I say I don't know, I don't know. I might have spent money I didn't need to spend because it might not look any better than the dongle. It might not. I will take some photos with this setup and I will swap it to the other setup and I'll see, but it might have been a waste of money and I might want to return it. I've kept the box and the mailer and everything and I might end up returning it because this might not be what I want at all. It might not be worth it. So I might be able to see if I can return the thing. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. I'm interested to see. It would be really nice. It would be great if it worked in a way that I didn't need to use all of the lighting I'm using. If I could turn off this lamp over here, that would be fan-fucking-tastic. I would love that if I could turn that lamp off and not have to use it. That'd be great. All right. We are body complete on this fucking model kit. We still have the backpack and the shield and the gun to build, but we finished the head on this. That rules. I also tomorrow, because I want to make this very clear. I do not think I'm going to finish this kit on Thursday, but I think I'll finish it on Saturday. So I will run a poll tomorrow for my $10 patrons to decide what I'm going to be working on next. Because it's nice to put the poll out there and let people get their vote in. I'm gonna have some people rock the vote. So we'll see what my patrons think at the $10 tier. What they want to see me build here. So we'll check in with them. I think I'm gonna do, because this kit is taking a lot out of me because of all the nubbins and everything. I have 3 brick kits in my backlog right now. 1 Lego and 2 Mega. One is a Pokemon and one is not a Pokemon. I don't want to say what it is, but it is not a Pokemon. But it is a Mega thing. So I'm probably just going to do a brick kit poll. I do that every once in a while where I'll just put up like one specific thing. But I think that would be kind of fun. Just be like, hey, we're doing some narrow casting here. What of these 3 would you like me to build? I often do like 2 model kits and a brick kit because I give 3 options generally. The only time I'll give 2 options, because 1 option would be fucking silly, but the only time I give 2 options is if I have received multiple things from my wish list, because sometimes people will send me more than one thing, which is wild of them and cool as hell. But yeah, sometimes people send me more than one thing. And if they send me more than one thing, then I will have my $10 patrons decide what I build first. I think that is a fine thing to do. I don't know how this goes. This lives like this. And this has to go in somehow. And I'm not sure how it goes in. Sorry. It goes down, and there's a nubbin piece that goes down. This? Does it go like that? Oh, does it go like this? Sorry. This one piece is giving me a lot of trouble. Because I'm not doing it right. This piece goes like this, I know that. And then I have to figure out the piece that goes like that. And then it's lines like that. I'm really struggling with this piece to try to fit it in. So much so that I'm like, is this piece 18? This is piece 18. So this is the right piece. It's like, okay. Like, how does this look? How does this go? This is how I think it goes. I think this is how it wants me to do it. And so then this piece would go like this. And then I would slide this piece in. That doesn't look right. Okay, there it is. Jesus. That took forever to get right. I don't know why. I don't know why that was so difficult. But it was. It was very strange. I don't have a lot of notes here because it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And so major websites that report gaming news and the like weren't working today, which is awesome. That's rad. Good for them. I'm glad I didn't have to work today. But it does mean that I didn't really have anything to talk about. There's one news story from the weekend that I didn't talk about here, or that maybe did get published today. Yeah, one story did get published today. Just that there was an explosion, a boiler explosion at Rockstar, which is fucking wild. This is the Edinburgh office, Rockstar North, early Monday morning, their time. And apparently there was some structural damage. Explosion. No one was injured. I'll say that. No one was injured. But this is like the only big story of the day, really. 5:02 a.m. local time. Operations Control mobilized 3 fire appliances, which is, I guess, what they call their rescue vehicles, and specialist resources to the scene, where firefighters worked to secure structural damage at a commercial building. There were no reported casualties, and crews left the scene at 9:21 a.m. According to Rockstar, explosion was a result of a boiler malfunction. The studio remains fully operational. So apparently, that is that fucking statement. Like, I understand shareholders and the game being delayed already before and all of that. I understand that in your statement, you have to say, the studio remains fully operational as it prepares for its launch of GTA 6 in November. Like, I get that you have to say that, but that sucks. Many thanks to those that reached out with concern, and also the police and fire crews who were on scene quickly to assess the situation. Please know that everyone is well and our studio remains open and operational. Like, I fucking get that you have to say that, but it sucks that they have to say that, right? I think it sucks that they have to be like, yeah, we're good. Everyone's okay and we're good and we're still working. Please don't have the stock price go down. Do not sell your stock because we had an accident here. Like, that sucks. All that shit sucks. But I'm glad that everyone's seemingly okay. And of course, there's all the people that were laid off that are that have been there and have been mobilized for protests. We didn't talk about this because it didn't really need to be talked about. So anyway, I hope everyone's okay. And it sucks that they have to be like, yeah, man, don't worry about it. Everything's cool. We're still working hard. Please don't freak out about it. I still think that sucks. Anyway, Rockstar is currently being sued by 31 employees that they fired, who were also in unionization efforts. A judge has basically said denied the immediate relief. Basically, that is a thing you can do to force an employer to pay people who are suing them for wrongful termination as if they are still employees. So it's back pay. The judge ruled against that. It's fairly common. More to come in the actual lawsuit. We'll see how that transpires. Why am I having like such a weird fucking time with this goddamn backpack? This backpack is just giving me oodles of problems. That's right. I said oodles. And I meant it. I don't know why. Am I doing it wrong? Am I going the wrong way? I was going the wrong way. Okay. All right. I was going the wrong way. That's why. Human error. It was human error. All right. And then we got to put the backpack on here. We put it on like this. And then we slide it down and lock it in place. And there's the backpack part. That's part 1 of the backpack. Then we got to do part 2 of the backpack. We'll keep doing that. Yeah, that's kind of it. Let's see. My stream tomorrow. I'll talk about that a little bit. I am doing a tier maker stream. It has been a while. I did do a joint stream with my friend Xandra, who made all my emotes, where we did a tier maker list, and I did it before that. I've been meaning to come back to tier maker for a while. I still had some that I hadn't done with her and I hadn't done on my own streams, and I was like, I kind of want to do that. It's fun. I have a variety of food, anime, and wrestling. Only one wrestling, but it'll take a little while. And I am excited to cover all of those things. I think it will be a good time. At least one of them is going to be vibes based, and other ones I will give my thoughts on. But I'm happy about the food one. I'm happy about the anime ones. I'm happy about the wrestling one. I even have some reference material for the wrestling one because I forget some of the wrestlers' last names. So I have like the roster page ready to go for that. I'm excited for that. I hope you'll come out. It should be silly, but a good time. Okay, so this has got to like go up and down, and then you flip that around, and this has got to go in, down, that. That must be how it goes, yeah. I can kind of see where this is supposed to go. Because this is, the rockets are going to be, this is going to go like this for the wings. And then this just kind of flops in and it folds down. Like that. Okay, that makes sense. And so you can open it and you close it. Then I flip this around. And then this part goes in the back like this. Let's see. Yeah. This part goes back here. And it locks in like that. Great, great, great. Okay. So then this part goes back here. Or like this. Yeah. And then I gotta put connector pieces in that then the rockets are gonna go into eventually. So those are D24s. Okay. Figuring it all out. So yeah, I hope people will join me tomorrow night for Tier Maker. This should be a fun stream. It'll be a silly good time. I did get I did get emailed somebody with a link to a tier maker list they thought I would like, so that was good. Because I had I think 4, and now I have 5. That should be enough. And also, of the tier maker list that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, if when looking at that tier maker list, I'm like, shit, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 of them. If I get through all 6 in the 2-hour block, and I have time left, then I'll just go on tier maker and look at something that's positive. Or if people are like, you should try to find this, and we'll see if there's one. I don't know. I didn't make any of my own. I have occasionally done that. I'll say this. I was going to make one of my own if someone hadn't done the roster that I wanted to talk about for one promotion. So there was I'm going to do a wrestling promotion, like their current roster. And if that hadn't been updated for 2026, then I would have done it myself. But somebody did it, so I don't have to, which is awesome. We love that for me. Because that would have been time consuming. I would have done it, but it would have been time consuming. So I'm excited for that. Obviously I've done it before. So I'm not trying to say I'm trying to do a bunch of new things, but what I don't want to just do game I played before, new indie game, a Pokemon randomizer. I haven't played the Pokemon randomizer in a while, mind you, and I am going to do that in February. I am going to play that again. But I want to do some stuff that I don't call Tuesday my gaming night, right? I don't call it, on Tuesdays I play video games. On Tuesday, I do something that's not model kit building, right? That's what I've been trying to point at for that. And so to me, that's important, an important distinction, because it means that I can do other things on Tuesday that aren't just video games. Now, I primarily do video games for it, but the tier maker lists. I did a Smasher Pass once, our friend or foe. My anime, Bear Day, says Lord Crashington. Sure. My anime club live recordings, right? I want to be doing more of that than this. I have the link for the Wheel of Names, the name picker thing. And I'm I don't know what I'm ever going to do with that, but I'd like to do a stream with that. The wrestling shows, right? The streams where I watch wrestling. Now I'm going to hopefully do that. Hello. Always be clothing, just subscribed saying, happy animating, Pat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in the chat. And thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Thank you, Always Be Clothing. I appreciate it. I have done streams where I have watched some wrestling, generally older Japanese wrestling, usually not current product from any major American promotion, because look, I don't mind if I can't have a wrestling stream on YouTube go up after the fact, right? I don't mind that. But WWE and AEW don't want me to stream their content on Twitch. And honestly, yeah, all right, I get it. Yeah, sure. Of course they don't want me to do that. So I wouldn't necessarily do that, right? But for one live stream, I'll put on some Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I'll put on some Sendai Girls. They're not going to get mad at me. Again, might not be able to put those archives up on YouTube, but I can stream it and not really worry about that. So next month, there will be some Joshi appreciation as tied into my my subathon, which I guess I'll just mention here. Hey, I'm doing a subathon on February 6th, trying to hit 90 subscribers. If you want to come out on Friday the 6th, 3:30 p.m. until probably 7:30, maybe 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see. We'll see how long it goes. I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff, model kit building, Lego assembly, It'll be a real variety stream. I'm going to do a Hearthstone stream. There was a mini set that came out. I haven't done a Hearthstone stream yet about the mini set because honestly, there's only like a couple cards in it that I like so far. I don't have like a new deck that's using any of the new cards, so I haven't felt like, oh, I want to do that. I might wait until the next big expansion to pop in those things. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I might be working on an imbue deck because now Rogue can use imbue cards. And so there's an imbue Rogue deck that I'm like, this is kind of cool. Maybe I want to make that and just you get cards that are random minions that are discounted. And I'm like, they're class minions. Then I could play some thief stuff. Like that could be real good in Wild. So I haven't built that deck yet. Dane, someone who makes content around Hearthstone, does have an imbue deck, but I didn't love it's not my style, the thing he made. It's like, it's not really the style that I want to build my deck around. So I might mess around with that. I don't know. I'm having fun currently in Hearthstone, but I might mess around. But anyway, I want my Tuesday streams to be broader than just gaming and occasionally not gaming. I want it to be real variety. I don't think I don't want to say this. How do I say this? I'm not currently sure if I want to become the kind of streamer that does reaction content. You know what I mean? Like, streamers that work for hours upon hours at a time, they eventually want to show, like, they look at, like, you know, like, the weekend TikTok, and they'll watch that or whatever and react to that along with the chat or that kind of thing. Or like, we're going to do a deep dive into like this subculture on YouTube that I have just found out about because someone in my Discord posted a video and I went on a deep dive and I'm going to explore that deep dive. But like, I don't know, maybe a deep dive into a subgenre of some kind would be fun. That could be fun to do dedicate a stream to. I would try to do positive and not like negative because that's not the vibe I'm trying to put out there in the world. All right, we're working on the wings now, our boosters here. So we'll start working on the wings, and we could do these 2 at a time, which is cool. So yeah, I'm like thinking like, okay, well, how do I make this work? How do I do this in a way that I like? But I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know how I want to go about that. But I am hoping in 2026 that my bonus streams are much more of a variety thing. It taps into my presenter stuff, and I don't present anything these days, other than me. I mean, I'm hosting the show, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not out there doing the legwork, doing the research, coming up with bits and jokes about the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, I don't think I want to do 404ing it, which was my old stage show, and also stream, you know, like I don't want to call something 404ing it again if it's not, especially if it's not 404ing it. I don't want to call it that. Certainly I don't want to call it that if it's not that. But like, I don't know if I really want to do that. Like, I wouldn't want to bring the name back if it didn't feel like it. I don't know, like subgenre night or like niche genre night sounds like it could be kind of fun. I mean, that kind of is what the wrestling streams are. But it could be there's something there. There's something to that idea where I could really deep dive into something that I wanted to showcase. Like, it's just this thing of like, even though I did for a very long time do streams or do panels where I showed stuff that I liked, it's like, I don't know if I want to be a streamer that just has a bunch of YouTube links and is just showing a bunch of YouTube links and talking over them and pausing them here and there. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be that. I might want to be that, but I don't know if I want to be that. But I think about, like, occasionally I think about the wonderful weirdness that is Vectroid. Vectroid, my friend Ra-Ra. Ra-Ra is out there doing weird shit. Ra-Ra is out there being weird. And it fucking rules for Ra-Ra. And I am not that person. Like, I am not doing weird, like, I don't truck in the same ways that she does. Like, that's just not my vibe. I'm like, but I appreciate it. I appreciate all that she does and her uniqueness. So it's like, I can certainly appreciate it, even if I'm not, I'm not like any way, shape, or form at all matching her energy. And I wouldn't even try to match her energy. But I can, like, appreciate it, and maybe I can also take some inspiration from what she's doing. Maybe I can do that. Like, I don't know. Like, there's gotta be good ways to do, like, first off, I would get out of the mindset of this is reaction content, right? Like, that's not going to be what I would be doing. If I was going to do this, it would not be reaction content, because that is not what I make. That is not what I'm about. That's not what I'm interested in. But a deep dive or an exploration, get in that. I could see that. I could see that being something we get into. Like if we're going to look at, like people that are making weird food video stuff on YouTube. It's like, yeah, we could do a stream on that. We could do something with that. People that do, like, first person amusement park videos. Like, yeah, all right, there might be something there. We might be able to find common ground on that. We might be able to find something cool there. So we'll just get here. Like that could be something. We might be able to do something with that. Find something that works for there. Oops, sorry. I have one of these is just pressing on my keyboard. Oops, sorry about that, everybody. These keyboard keys I would describe as fucking sensitive. They're fucking sensitive sometimes. So ignore that post that I just made there. My apologies. I don't know why that happened. The B key got pressed down a whole bunch there. So sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that there might be something there to, like, doing an appreciation of something. I don't know. I'm spitballing here, but I have a desire right now to at least explore some stuff that I haven't done before in 2026. Like, I don't know. Baby steps, maybe, to not the video game baby steps. I'm not going to stream baby steps, but taking some baby steps into doing some other stuff with my Tuesdays. And tier maker is just a reminder. Doing a tier maker stream is just a reminder that, like, yeah, I could get a little weird with it. I could get a little outside my comfort zone. It doesn't just have to be the video game that, like, a couple of video games that I like. One thing that we're gonna do, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, that I'm a little jazzed about, is we're going achievement hunting in Leave It Alone. Leave It Alone was a game that we checked out last year that I liked. I certainly enjoyed my time with it. And it is just it's a little thing where you solve some quests and you unlock some places and you do some stuff, and there are a couple of achievements in that game that I didn't get through my one playthrough of it. Or 1.5, because I did go back in, because there was one photo I couldn't find, and I found that photo, so I got that done. But there's a few achievements I don't have in that game, and we're going to do a stream where I'm going to try to get them. I'm going to try to, I'm going to play through it. There's a couple, I can't do it all at once, but we'll go through it, and we'll kind of come up with a game plan. There's one doing it without using the vents at all, and so that's going to take a while. And there's one doing it under 40 minutes, I think, something like that. And that one, you can't do both of those. Like, I don't think that's possible. but we'll try, like, we'll pick and choose. I think we're gonna go for, I don't know if we're gonna go the speed run, but we're gonna go for that. And there's like the distance, and I'm gonna look up people's like tips and tricks for that, because I want to get that achievement. But that one we can do on the one that is just like, don't use the vents. But I want to look this up. I want to look up people's thoughts on how to make those things work, because I'm sure people have ideas on that. We've never done that, because in general, I don't care about achievements, right? Like Power Wash Simulator, I never really bothered. I got some accidentally. Power Wash Simulator 2, I got those accidentally. I have it turned off. I have the pop-up notification for achievements turned off. Because there was one video game where it was like being weird when they popped up, so I turned them off. I'll turn them on for that. But like, I in general do not give a shit about achievements. Like, I have not, and I still really don't. But that to me is a fun idea that I haven't really messed around. It's a way to just be like, here's a game that I bought and I streamed and I had a good time playing it and I finished it. And generally I would just never think about that video game again. But if there's more we can do with it that's fun and interesting, then I think we should. So we'll do that. We'll do some achievement hunting, which is a strange thought for me, but I think that could be fun. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I am not bored with any of the things I do here. I still love model kit building. I still love doing some gaming streams. It'll be a while before we do another Jackbox. I'll say that. We ended up doing a shorter stream for Jackbox. There were some technical stuff, and then also just the turnout was not what I would hope for. Big shout out to everybody that did come out for that stream, but yeah, it just was not the turnout that I was hoping to get. So probably be a while before we do another Jackbox, but it was a good time to do it. So I did have fun doing it. All right, and then this has got to go in like that. Yeah. Oh, it goes like that. Okay, that's neat. Pops open. That's cool. Get to see a bunch of gimmicks here as we put this together. So yeah, I'll do that. One thing I did want to do is for a couple minutes here, we are going to do Manga Monday. I'll do it before the pause for the cause. We have a few minutes left because I don't need much time to talk about this, but we haven't done Manga Monday in a bit, so I did want to talk about a manga that I am enjoying. I am currently in the midst of volume 3 of, here's the full title, Janine the Genius, Defying My Evil Stepmother by Starting a Business with My Ride or Die Fiance. Janine is fun. She is brilliant, but also really like earnest and also like optimistic. She is like wildly optimistic. So our girl Jeanette, I should say, not Jean, Jeanette. Her father goes missing. That sucks, right? Well, her stepmother has the ability to like rule the house in his absence. And so she's just like, hey, you need to get out of here, to our main character. Because, it's not, she's an evil stepmother. There's an evil stepmother, there's an evil stepdaughter. When Jeanette's mother passed away, suddenly her father remarried. They're mean, whatever. And so basically it's just like the businesses that Jeanette was running, gone. Her future in the family, uncertain. But she's still pretty positive about that. She's like, this is just a test from my mother, from my stepmother, to really push me like that. And that's not her being sarcastic. That's genuinely how she feels about it. And she does consistently feel like that this is like a big test from her stepmother, which is wild for her to say. She's like, okay, well, I have a pretty good mind for business and inventions and importing, exporting. I have relationships with other people. I can probably get a nest egg together. I'll be fine. What I should do is let my fiance know, because now that I'm not going to inherit the house or have any connection, like, it could really make things bad for him. I don't want my stepmother to be bothering him. I should probably just go and break off our engagement, or let him know he can break it off. We'll just do that. So she goes over, and goes and meets Klaus, the Count, and Klaus is just like, what are you saying? What can you possibly mean by that? There's just no way. There's just no way that I would break our engagement. I'm in. Obviously, you can tell by the title. He is ride or die. Also, he's a little two-faced, not about her, but about like getting revenge. Like, she is not interested in revenge. He is very interested in justice being done and getting revenge on the stepmother. He's a little calculated in his desire to stay with the woman that he loves, because he is completely smitten with her. Also, like, knows that she is really smart, but yeah, like I said, very smitten with her. Like totally enamored with this girl. But they're going to stay together, and he's going to assist her. It's fun that she's so optimistic about everything. Like, that's a fun vibe. She's never wallowing in self-pity. Oh, also, Klaus is trying to find out what happened to her dad, who is still missing. There's a prince from another kingdom that wants to do business and also maybe wants to get with her. So there's some tension, but it's still working out. There is a fun bit of business where, like, the stepmother is trying to, like, steal business from her at a cheaper rate. And the stepsister is kind of caught up in that and doesn't understand what's going on. And Jeanette, who has no issue with her stepsister, really, is just like, I made sure to get you some of the good stuff. Like, sorry that you had a bad time with the knockoffs, which is a dig on her stepmom, but she's not treating it like that. She doesn't see it like a dig. And so we're getting a few moments here and there of the stepsister kind of like having moments of being like, wait, is Jeanette really smart and nice? Am I being an asshole? Like, she's starting to have her, like, not come to Jesus, but like a couple like defining moments of like, maybe I'm being like, maybe I'm not getting this. Maybe I'm not understanding what's going on here, which I like. I like that bit of business. It's a good bit of business. Also, where I am in the third volume of this, we are starting to deal with a princess who wants to marry Klaus, and is basically keeping him in the castle town in order to, like, force his hand. So Jeanette's gonna have to figure out a way out of this one, because she'd like to stay married to her fiance, or she'd like to stay engaged to her fiance and not have that ripped out from under her. And he will probably do something not great if this continues. So it is in everyone's best interest that they figure a way out of this mess. And it's just good. It's a good one. It is fun to just be like, oh, she's smart. We don't have any of the isekai shit. We don't have anything like, which I like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I obviously like the genre stuff very much. I don't know why I'm not getting this in here. There is a way to do this properly, and I'm not doing it properly. So let's see if I can figure out. I gotta get this lined up properly here. I'm kind of like spinning it until it pops in. I think that's right. No, because it's not. It's wobbly. It's not. Let me get the other one out, and then we'll see here. So yeah, I recommend it. That's Jeanette, the genius, defying my other stepmother by starting a business with a ride or die fiance. It's good. It's a good bit of. It's good. Good stuff. Enjoyable. There's some good comeuppance already, and then more to come, I'm sure, in the comeuppance department. Okay, so let's just fold these open here, and then This. There it is. Okay, there it goes. All right, I got this one done. Now we'll see if we can get the other one done on the other side. And these open up like that and close together. Okay. So let's open her all the way up, or just open it all the way up. That way I can really see what's going on here. There it is. All right, and then if I go like that. Okay, great. I got those done. There's more to do, obviously, with these, but we're getting a lot done. We might finish this on Thursday. I don't know, because we have the second half after the here. We're working on this, but this is the big parts here are the wings, and then the gun is a bunch of steps, but it's not too many steps. And then the shield isn't too much either, and we don't have any stickers left. We just got nubbins and stuff, and then of course we have to transform it, which will take some time. There will be some things to do with the transformation and all that, but to get that looking good. But yeah, we might finish this on Thursday. I don't know, but we'll keep at it. And in order to keep at it, we need to move along to the pause for the cause. Hello. This is my opportunity to talk to you about ways that you can support what I do here. The pause for the cause. Everything I'm about to talk to you is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of the things that we're going to talk about here, but if you would like to, that would be rad. I would love that. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber to the Baer Workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. You could be like Always Be Clothing and use your Prime Gaming token. If you want to be like ABC, you could do that. A, Always Be, B, C, Clothing. I haven't said that out loud in a while, so I wanted to. But yeah, that is a way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. You could gift a sub. You could be the first person this month to get the sub. You could also throw some bits my way. Bits and coins are always appreciated. If you got the bits, I'll take those bits. I'd love those bits. I think that would be good. If you want to do that. You don't have to, but you fucking could. That's the easiest way to support what I do here because you're already here. You're already in chat on Twitch. So if you want to jump in, you could do that. There are other ways to support what I do here, like my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. Over my Patreon, there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. And of course, as a reminder, I mentioned my $10 patrons are going to have a poll go up tomorrow about what they'd like to see me build next, what they want to see me work on when I'm done with this real grade, which might be on Thursday, but definitely will be on Saturday. So yeah, you can make your voice heard vis-a-vis voting in that, but you could also just become a member if you wanted to. You could do that. Let's see, that's Patreon. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear. Over on my YouTube channel, you can subscribe for free, of course, but if you wanted to become a member, you could. For just $2 a month, you can become a member over there, and then you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. That's right. I'll have a video that goes up on Wednesday for people to check out. You'd be able to see that on Tuesday before other people, which is pretty cool. You get to see that tomorrow. So that's a thing. Consider that. That's a nice little bonus. Those are monthly ways to support me. If you just want to throw something in the bucket, if you just want to throw a little tip in the tip jar, I've got a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, and you can make direct donations that way. And everything I make through donations like that, through Patreon, through YouTube, which includes AdSense. So watching my videos helps me out. And of course, through Twitch, here on Twitch, subscribing or bits or gifting subs or whatever. That all goes into a fund, and from that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits. As mentioned, and equipment. I bought a piece of equipment that will hopefully be able to see the fruits of that labor on Thursday. This kit I was able to buy with gift card money at Christmas, and this is an expensive kit. This is a pricey. I could have bought 2 high grades for this price, but I was able to buy something special like this because I knew that your ongoing support meant that my backlog is great and I'm good for a while, and I could, instead of buying 2 high grades, buy 1 real grade. I was able to do that. So thank you for your continued support. It means a lot to me. Now, as I said, my patrons are going to vote on what I work on next. It's going to be a brick kit of some kind. Here's the thing. That's only because there's not something in the queue that goes next, right? Nothing is jumping in the queue because we haven't had anyone this year buy something from my Amazon wish list. Because if you buy something from my Amazon wish list, whatever you purchase for me to build jumps the queue and becomes the next thing I work on. So if you want to see me work on the blocky, if you want to see me work on blockies, which are, but there are a model kit company that has the Transformers license. I'd like to build one of their Transformers. You could buy that and I'll build that. If you say, Pat, I like that you're working on the Wing Zero. What if you worked on the entry grade of the Gundam Wing? That's also on there. You can see what that entry grade looks like, and we can compare a real grade with an entry grade. That would be kind of interesting. But I got model kits, Lego sets, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, and if you buy anything there, also gear, there's some gear there. If you buy anything there, it comes to me. It jumps the queue. It becomes the next thing I work on. I make a dedicated YouTube video about the thing that you purchased, my mailbag video. It is a way to support what I do here, if you're interested in doing that. Oh, that's neat. I just noticed that there's a kit in there, that there's a coupon from Bandai for the Gundam Seed Freedom Zagok, which is Char Red. So if you want to see the Gundam Seed Freedom version of the Zagok, you can buy that for me to build. You could do that. My alternative to Amazon is to have a wish list on Throne. Check that out if you'd rather buy something through Throne. And then, of course, the most convoluted way to buy something for me to build is to go to USA Gundam Store. At USA Gundam Store, you can buy a gift card. They will send you an email with the gift card code. Then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. It's convoluted. People have done it, though, which is neat. I have a Discord. I would love to see you pop in that Discord and hang out. If you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome. People post build photos. I post stuff that I'm working on after every stream. You can see the progress there. It's a nice little place, and we'd love to have you there. A couple of video links for you to check out before we get back to model kit building. This is pretty cool. The newest episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club is up and out, and I would like you to watch it if you could, because I am talking about all the isekai that is out this season. It's a new anime season, and between OVAs, TV shows, and movies, there are 14 isekai out. And so I made a video talking about all 14, giving a little bit of information about each, and letting you know if I plan to watch it, if I plan to skip it, or if I'm going to watch maybe I'll catch up on it, or the end of the season. Maybe I'll go back and take a look. I am watching, I'll say this right now, I am watching for coverage here on a weekly basis, 2, 3, 5 isekai. So I am watching 5 out of 14 for the stream, plus another one that I'm maybe going to pick up. It's a lot of isekai. Also, there's like movies that I'll watch, and there's an OVA that I'll watch in March if it comes out on Crunchyroll. I hope it does, because the anime is on Crunchyroll. I don't know. I don't know if it will. I'll be back in just one quick second here. Sorry about that. I'm back. Don't worry about it. I'm cool. Anyway, please watch that video. It's me talking about isekai for a bunch of time. I love that I get to do it. I'm still trying to figure out what my next Pat Bear's Anime Club video is. At the end of that video, I kind of talk about some of the options, and I ask for people to make suggestions in the comments. So if you'd like to make a comment on that video, it would help me out greatly. Also watch it and hit the like button and all that stuff. And then Kuma Bear is my weekly anime recommendation series. All throughout the month of January, I am recommending anime that I really liked from the fall 2025 season. And so I recommended in this video, May I Ask for One Final Thing, which is a great, it's an isekai, but the main character has not been isekai'd. It is a straightforward action series about a girl that just wants to see justice done in the world. And if she has to punch her way to make that reality, she will punch her way through numerous people that thought they were going to get a one-up on her. It's, I said in the video, cathartic, and I stand by that. That is a cathartic anime. May I Ask for One Final Thing is like a hidden gem of last season. It's really good. And now to talk more about some anime, I'm going to talk about episode 3 of one anime and episode 2 of another. In order to do that, I need to dramatically transition back to the overhead camera. I also need to drink more water. I should be drinking more water throughout the streams, and I don't. So I carve out a time where I definitely have to drink water, which is right now. Right now. All right. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about some anime here that I have been watching. Episode 3 of Noble Reincarnation and episode 2 of Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling. They're both pretty self-explanatory. Our guy Noah, he had some kind of past before. This is his reincarnation. It's an isekai. We just got raided. Welcome, raiders. We'll pause on that for a second to talk to our raiders. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Pat Bear. This is my streams. I hope you had a great time on Heather's stream or with Lunar Jade. I hope you had fun. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We'll do this right quick here. Just a little hello. I'm Pat Bear. Hit the follow button if you'd like, so you know when I stream next. I am a model kit builder, a Lego builder, and then on Tuesdays I do something that's not that. Tomorrow we're going to do tier maker rankings of things like anime stuff and there's like no video game stuff, wrestling and food, a tier maker list tomorrow, because why not? Tonight I'm model kit building though, which is what I do here primarily. I've got this kit. This is the Wing Gundam Zero Real Grade. If you are unfamiliar with the grades of model kits, it is a real grade means that it is the size and shape, the 144 scale of introductory model kits, the high grade, the like reasonably for model kits priced kits, right? There's a thing called master grade, which is like, let's take a high grade and let's go from the 144 scale to the 1/100 scale. We'll make it larger, make it bigger. We'll make it bigger, but also the pieces will be more intricate. And the real grade is basically, well, let's do the complexity of a master grade, but the size of a high grade. So this kit is complicated, and the pieces are small. So it takes a little while to build. I've been doing this for several streams, but we do have the legs done, the chest, the waist, the arms, the shoulders, the head, and now we're working on the backpack, which also is the wings, because this kit transforms. And that also makes it complicated, because it's a kit that has a flight mode. And so it's a detailed model kit. We were working on the back part here for the wings that are also the like afterburners, basically. So we are assembling all of that. It is a lot of work. And as I am building, I am also, because it is the second hour of the stream, a thing that I am going to be doing while we do this is I'm going to talk about a couple anime episodes I watched since my last stream. It doesn't mean that necessarily these are shows that aired on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, but often that is the kind of around there. It just could be a show that I didn't get to until then. But I do talk about, I need B12. I do talk about anime over here. I'm going to put this back into chat there so you can follow along. I give like generally like a walkthrough synopsis, often my thoughts on some stuff, but also the kind of walkthrough of the shows. I feel like it allows me to not only have stuff to talk about on streams, which is fun because you can only talk so much about model kits. You know, sometimes it's nice to have other things to talk about, but also the critic in me gets to do some stuff that I don't really get to do that often because when I am chatting about these shows, not only am I giving a plot synopsis of the episode, but I'm hopefully giving my thoughts and feelings on where I think the show is going, what I'm liking about it, what I'm not liking about it. It allows me to hopefully articulate myself in a way, and people can perhaps anyway, maybe even decide if they want to check it out based on what I've had to say, which will be nice. Or they're like, Pat, I would never watch Noble Reincarnation, but you talk about it every week, so it's like I'm watching a show that I otherwise wouldn't, which is nice. Noble Reincarnation is the story of a guy named, he's now named Noah. We don't know anything about his past life except that he has been isekai. This is his second life. And he is a special little boy. He is the 13th prince of the empire, and he is already showing himself to be quite outstanding. He has the special ability that anyone that serves him, he basically has the stats of those people, and as they thrive, he thrives. So he is a 6-year-old boy, but he is doing the best he can. And he's going out there to make things right and to do the things that he needs to do. Those are his goals. Wait, was it? No, is this the wrong week? Was I supposed to? Didn't I already talk about this episode? No, I didn't talk about it. Okay, sorry. I watched this the last weekend, so that's why I'm like, wait, why do I not know what I'm talking about here? There is apparently he's already known about some flooding. He already punished a person involved in it. Basically, our dude is a young man that has extraordinary abilities, because of course he does, because it's an isekai. But also, he recognizes that he's only going to be as strong as the people that support him. Like, literally, he will become stronger if he has the backing of the people. So he is selfishly looking out for them, but also he does it in a way that does genuinely benefit them. He is a compassionate ruler because, like, by design, he is trying to he is making people happy by just going out there and doing his thing. So he finds out there's an area that has been flooded, and one of his maids was going to quit her job to support the family because they have not gotten the proper support. But that support came from Noah. Noah said that support was supposed to reach them, and it hasn't. The farm areas that will feed his people are not there, and the governor is saying that the finance minister is withholding funds. And the finance minister is just like, we didn't give you funds, we gave you a tax exemption instead, so that you would use that money to instead fix the problem. So there's this like bureaucratic problem that like other people would just go, oh, there's nothing I can do, it's tied up in red tape. But not our Noah, because he needs the people to be able to provide for themselves so that he can get stronger. So he's going to deal with this. And then Noah's just like, wait, without the farms, he can't pay taxes. and the emperor did grant other money. And then the minister is just like, oh, well, we needed that money. We used that money that was allocated for the emperor's villa because eventually he's going to retire. And then Noah's just like, nobody's going to build a villa on flooded land. What are you talking about? And so he basically just like outmaneuvers the finance minister. And the finance minister is like, fine, we're going to do this. And the emperor is like, this is a thing that you're going to hear constantly about this. The emperor is constantly challenging all of his sons, his 13 sons, to like test them and see what their worth is. And he will reward them if they do stuff that, if they do exceed or even meet the challenge that has been laid out for them. Like, he is totally willing to reward them for the various tests he's putting them through. So he's like, great, Noah, you're just 6 years old. I'm going to get you some training by the best swordsman in the country. Like, there's no way this is your gift. So a guy shows up to be an instructor. And this guy, whose name is Noble, which is weird, is like, all right, look, obviously I won't use any skills. This is not this is not a duel. I just want to see what you're capable of. Well, he doesn't know that Noah is using a sword that is a magical sword. It's a sword named Leviathan. It's a whole thing. He's slowly going to be, over the course of the show, collecting these weird cursed objects that he is going to use for his own strength and his own purpose. It's a whole thing. Anyway, Leviathan, who is a wild sword, who has chosen our guy as his master, has had previous masters and floods Noah's memories with the techniques and training of all of these former masters. And so Noah, he's still 6 years old. He still has like the build of a 6-year-old, but he uses technique to disarm the swordsman, who is just like, hey, there's nothing I could teach this guy. He's just innately talented. It's almost scary. So then the emperor is just like, great. That's fucking crazy. Like, cool. All right. Well, wasn't expecting that. Like, he is genuinely surprised. So he's like, all right, I got this idea. Noah, you are going to be in charge of the knight selection, which is selection exams. And the victor of the selections will become Noah's first knight. That's an important thing. You got to have a knight to look out for you. Obviously, Noah has the skills, but he's not going to be fighting all his battles and, proxy wars and all that stuff. So Noah's just like, hell yeah, I'm getting myself a knight. And he's like, I want to check out the preliminary duels because, of course, like anything, it's a lot of these are going to be who you know. So someone with a pedigree might outshine politically someone who is very strong. And Noah is just going to want someone who's very strong to work for him. Because again, his people skills are going to become his skills. So he's looking for that. He doesn't really care if they have a pedigree, if they're a strong fighter. Because Zoe is like, Zoe, his maid, is like, yeah, it's so expensive to do this that a lot of poor warriors can't even participate. And so Noah's like, well, that doesn't make sense. You want, like, he's a prince, but he's seemingly interested in a meritocracy, but really he just he wants whoever's talented. So he has dormitories built for so that knights don't have to pay for lodging for this exam, which should theoretically encourage more people from a broader background to come, and maybe even people have the talent and don't even necessarily want to be selected, but just like are excited about free room and board. You know, he might just get some weirdos, but he's excited about that. Let's see. He gets some free meals supplied by somebody in exchange for helping place someone in the Imperial Palace, and maybe someday, maybe this girl would become a concubine for the Emperor. Who knows? Like that's totally possible. So he's helping out Byron, a guy that he wants to take under his wing. So that's working out. That's pretty good. But then Noah recognizes, hey, while he's getting ready to do all this, he realizes, my powers have decreased. And that's because there is one of the places that he is under his wing. 5,000 citizens have rebelled and so they don't consider themselves part of the kingdom, so they're not his people anymore. And that's obviously not good for our guy Noah. Like that's obviously not a good thing. Noah is like, hey, actually, like, you know, I am the lord of that area, but I would love some support. So he gets one of his older brothers, who actually like is the guy that he gets along with the most, Henry. They go out together, and then they get attacked by assassins, and who are targeting Noah because he's the local lord, even though he's a prince. And then Noah fights all of them. It's a very quick scene because of Leviathan, because of all his abilities. Noah makes really fucking short work of these guys because they're rebels. They're not soldiers. They're not prepared for all this stuff. They're not trained for this. But they are all on horseback. And Noah's like, oh, because they're from farm regions, they're handy with a horse. And that's how they were trained to fight, is on horses. So he just he has his people go around and buy up horse feed in the area and the surrounding area. And because he's just like, great, I'll just fucking starve the horses. It'll be easier to fight people if their horses don't want to move around, which is tactical warfare. He's probably strong enough to put down the rebellion without any issue, but he's making the smart practical route to go there. Things are moving here. I enjoy this stupid. I do enjoy this stupid ass anime. This is not for everybody. This is a reminder, as I'm describing Noah and all this, he is 6 years old. And that is part of the thing that is the most fun and silly, is that this is just this genius little, like, to other people who don't know, like, nobody knows he was reincarnated, right? To all those people, he's just this kid genius that they're like fighting against or fully supporting, and that is very funny. And to me, one of the parts that's most enjoyable about this thing is just like, yeah, this is so silly. But this guy is so talented, and like a crazy little kid. Like, yeah, these rebel assassins should 100% want to target a kid and not think about it otherwise of being like, well, this won't blow up in our fucking faces. This is like, because he's just a kid. The rumors about him being unbelievably talented are definitely just rumors, and it's like, no, they're not. They're not rumors. This kid's uber talented, and you fucked up real bad. All right, so we put this on here. We put this on here. Wait, is this 29? No, okay, that goes like this. That's what it is. It goes like this. Okay, so that goes like that. That goes like that. And then this goes like this here. The wings are going to connect to this thing. So that's why I have to get this on correctly. Mm-hmm. Oh, it goes like this. And then this goes on this piece here. I'm just going to make sure that I'm doing this right because it would be annoying to, and that folds in like that. Great. And we have to do the same thing on the other side because basically we're going to be building the wings here and they fold out and pop out of this. So this is important that I did this right. And we'll do the same thing on the other one in the same order. And as I'm getting that ready, I will talk to you about Reincarnated as a dragon hatchling. So yeah, a dude who does not really have much memories of his time on Earth, but we do know he is from Earth. He dies, he gets reincarnated. He is a dragon in an egg. And he is basically like, he hatches and he is just trying to figure things out. He is a baby dragon. And he's been eating some stuff and evolving, and it's just survival of the fittest. Apparently, he can evolve into bigger and better dragons as he increases his power and levels up. And so he wants to do that to survive. He is a dragon with the mind of a human from Earth, which is kind of neat. In the first episode, he did meet some people who obviously are not psyched about dragons, or they're psyched about killing dragons or selling dragon carcasses. But he is doing his best to communicate with them. And he does understand what's going on. We meet a girl named Myra, or Miria, who is currently, at the end of the first episode, she has encountered, along with her companions, who are not trusting of our dragon friend, but they have encountered a rock dragon, who is definitely stronger than Baby Dragon. And there is a thing in his head, the divine voice, which is the thing that like dings when he evolves. Basically gives him a warning like, hey, you should run. You are not strong enough to face this, my guy. This will not go well for you. Which is good advice. Like, you're not going to beat this rock dragon. But Miria was kind to him. And so he's like, I'm not going to abandon her, even though that's probably the right thing to do. Anyway, so her companions were killed. I mean, they were, hey, that sucks. But also, if they hadn't left and they hung out, they might not encounter that rock dragon. So they did fuck things up for themselves. There was a chance that things weren't going to get fucked up for them, but unfortunately, that shit is fucked for them. He can't do any damage to the rock dragon, so our dragon is having trouble. But he does dodge an attack, and he manages to flee with Miria. So he does manage to get away from the rock dragon, thankfully. So he's trying to make his way with Miria to a village to get to help from her, for her, and see if he can, scrounge up any support. But he's attacked by gray wolves, and the dragon is helping Miria. Like our dragon friend is trying to do the right thing and protect this girl. And things are not going great, but he's doing his best. Let's see. They eventually arrive at the village, but they think Miria is passed out, and they think they stumbled upon a dragon who has been attacking Miria, which obviously isn't the case. But like, who's gonna tell them? How are they gonna know? Like, it's one of those things. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. It makes total sense that they see a dragon and an injured girl, and they think that dragon hurt that girl. So he just dumps her and runs away. But also very excited that at the very least he didn't get a chance to stay with her, which he wanted to. because he can't communicate with humans, but he did deliver her to a village, and she is going to get treated. So he is at least relieved about that. 2 days later, she wakes up, and she was treated by an elf, which is cool. And she finds out that the guys that she had been traveling with, did die, which is a shame. And she's like kind of delirious. She was delirious at the time, but she's like, I think a dragon helped me out. Like, she's pretty convinced that dragon had something to do with the fact that she survived, which is like, oh, that's neat. But the elf wizard that healed her is like, nah, that I know that dragon attacked you. Like, no, there's no way. And meanwhile, our dragon friend has been training in secret, trying to level up, trying to recover. And Max has a max level of a baby dragon. And because this is an isekai and he's special, our dragon can evolve into a different kind of dragon. There's a bunch of different kinds of dragons to evolve from, and has 5 evolutions. And we end the episode with the divine voice kind of like going through his options, and our dragon being like, oh, I don't really know. And that's going to be like I haven't really read this manga. I'm aware of this manga. I don't think I've read much past where we are here in episode 2, but I do know that as this dragon evolves and grows, he gets more abilities and he gets stronger, and he does get some companions, and it becomes a whole goddamn anime thing, as you would imagine from it being an isekai. And yeah, so we're still kind of setting the stage. We're still meeting some of the characters that will be important. We're still we haven't had the first major evolution and what that can lead to. It goes places, I am aware. I don't think we're going to get there in the first season. So I think this is okay to say, at one point he does become a 2-headed dragon, and the dragon, he can't properly communicate with the other head because he's an isekai guy, and the other dragon head is just he's not able to communicate with his other head properly, which is fucking hilarious and great. Like I said, that comes in way later in the manga, I'm to believe. So I do not think that we will get there in this first season. We might, but I don't think we will. All right, so we got our boosters here, which we will then be building upon, and we can continue to work on the various parts we need to build these boosters. I believe these are, I don't know where this goes. Oh, this is the connector that goes there. These go on here. So we can build this next. We'll work on that. Now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you. That's right, you. What are you up to? What are you into? What are you working on? What'd you get into this weekend? Did you go to see any movies? You watching any anime this season? Did you check out the first episode of season 2 of Frieren? It was good. We talked about it on Saturday. It was real good. We got more Frieren, which rules. Also, if you didn't know, there's more Frieren. It's out. First episode was out. It's great. I missed it. What a lovely goddamn series. So I'm very excited to have more of the Frieren. But yeah, if you got up to anything this weekend, let's see. Yesterday, I watched some professional wrestling in a Discord chat with some friends, and that was really nice. It was a good time to hang out with some people and talk some wrestling. My mom was out of town this weekend, and so I talked about this on Saturday. My dad and I went out for ribs on Saturday. And then yesterday we had some soup. My dad made turkey soup previously around Christmas time, and so we devoured that, and it was just nice and chill. And then my dad watched football all day because there was a lot of football to watch, and he wanted to watch that football, so he got to see a ton of football, which is good for him. My condolences to Bears fans. The cardiac Bears season is over, and so you can have some sort of relief It is probably not much comfort to fans who are not diehards for the Bears and have been dealing with this for generations and decades. But I mean, even having that game yesterday, you shouldn't have had that game yesterday. That should not have happened. So this season was clearly the postseason was on borrowed time. There's no way around it. There's some nubbins I didn't take off here. There's some undergating that I neglected to take off because it's been a second since we had undergating on this kit. So I fucked up. So I gotta take this apart here and do all that. But yeah, let me know if you've been up to anything, you've been into anything. I always like hearing from you about that stuff. Am I watching anything else this season? Not really. Just mostly watching YouTube stuff, watching some streamers do some things here and there. But I'm not like, I did watch the first episode of Oshino Ko Season 3. I am not going to be covering that on a weekly basis, but I will tell you that it did not have as much bullshit as it didn't have the kind of anime bullshit that I'm looking for in Oshino Ko. As I've said before, that show is has two things going on. It has the supernatural murder mystery, and it also has the young people in the entertainment industry trying to figure things out. And I know that a lot of fans tolerate the murder mystery, but they're more interested in the in all of the drama stuff and the acting stuff. And for me, I just want more of the goddamn murder mystery. That's all I really care about is the motherfucking murder mystery. That's the stuff that I really I like, this weird super stuff. The main character was treating a woman who was a idol. And he didn't know anything about idols, but he had been treating a young girl. He found out about this idol because of the young girl, and then he happened to actually treat this young woman who was pregnant. The girl that he had been treating died, and then he died. He was murdered trying to protect her, the mother. And so then he got the girl, the idol, and so then he and the girl that he had been treating got reincarnated as the children of this idol, who then years later got murdered. And so he is trying to solve not only his own murder, but also the murder of his mother from the reincarnation version of him, who he is still a fan of. But also in order to try to track down who his actual father is, who may have set up this murder, he's got to pretend to be a good actor and an idol. And he can only get so far by being a genius for his age, because he is a reincarnated doctor. But that only gets him so far, and that is interesting. And also the other people around him who don't know he's that special, who are special in their own rights and may be actually talented, that stuff's very interesting. But also, I just want more of the murder mystery stuff and why he got reincarnated and all that. I want all of that shit. And the anime seems often more focused on the idol stuff and acting stuff than it is the murder mystery, which is what I want. I just want more of the murder mystery, because the murder mystery is fucking cool. Dirty's here. Hey, Dirty. Saying, sitting here playing a new island in Animal Crossing. Nice. Because I forgot to transfer my old island when I upgraded to the Switch 2. Oh, I'm sorry. But now you get to do it the right way. And all those quality of life stuff that have come out, you get to have firsthand, and you don't have to worry about hey, you didn't have to worry about people being where'd you go? What happened since the last time you played? And all that. You get to start fresh. But also, yeah, it's a bummer you didn't transfer. I hope you have a great time with the lovely updates for Animal Crossing. I finished up The Good Place last night, says Lashbrook, and I forgot how much the series finale was going to wreck me. Yeah, dude, that'll fucking do it. They're doing another test of casual matchmaking in Gundam Evolution until 25th, so I've been having fun playing that and blasting a music playlist. Yeah, I have not checked that out. I mean, I didn't love, it the last time, so I wasn't necessarily sure, but I do have friends that are interested in seeing what's up with that, so maybe, I don't know. We did play some Helldivers 2. My multiplayer crew got in some Helldivers 2 action, and that was nice and fun. That was a good time to get together and do that. We do like to occasionally get together these days. It's been rough this beginning of this year to get people in and playing, but we're trying to keep the crew together. I might fucking play Marathon, just because that seems to be what the multiplayer crew is the most interested in right now. I think they are definitely interested in trying out Marathon. We've got some older folks, people who are older than me in that crew, that remember Marathon fondly, and also, still want to do still remember their favorite times of their 20s, which was playing Halo and Halo 2 with the crew. So I think we're probably going to play Marathon at some point. I think that's probably going to happen. I played Peak with some folks, and that was really fun. I did that on Saturday. I don't think I talked about that Saturday night, but I did play Peak. I am not good at Peak, but I'm having a great time playing it. I was having a real good time with folks in that. That was fun. Fun bit of business. Also, I talked about this before. Hey, when can I talk about Darcy? I don't have that many good chances to talk about Darcy. Darcy, who played Janet in The Good Place. She was also in the was it on, who had that? Was it Prime? Amazon Prime League of Their Own TV show. She was also in that. Darcy Carden is phenomenal. She's a phenomenally smart, talented improviser and comedian and actor. She is so fucking good. She did such a great job as Janet. But she's also, and this is important for me to say, she's also unbelievably nice. She is a goddamn sweetheart. She is such a good person. And so her success makes me very happy. And she earned it. And I hope to see her do more cool shit out there, because she's fucking rad. So yeah, when people talk about The Good Place, it makes me happy, because it means they've been watching Janet be fucking phenomenal. And just such a good, talented performer. Jesus Christ. So great. She had to be so weird for that role, and different depending on the mood and all that. Like, just then do impressions of people and just fucking nail it every time. Unbelievably talented. What a great person. But also, like I said, very nice. So good opportunity for me to say that I think Darcy rules. All right, so let's see here. Got some undergating to clean up here. So let's look for any undergating that is going to appear here, because it is a lot easier to clean this up now than it is once it's connected. And then I realize, it's not flush because of the undergating bits. You can, of course, use like an X-Acto blade and kind of get in there and cut it out, but it's a lot easier to do it with like this. So we look for all the points that are there, and then we'll put it here. And then I make sure that that's D36. Is that actually D36? That is D36. Okay. And so we'll do the same thing with this one. We'll find all the nubbins, remove all the nubbins, make our life easier. And do that. I am doing some post-game content in Fallout 4. I started a Fallout 4 save again in 2026. It's crazy, I know. But I'm having a good time in Fallout 4. I still can't move it to the monitor I want to use. Nothing I do will make it work. It just wants to be in monitor 2, not monitor 1. It wants to be on monitor 2. I don't know why. I have done everything I can to convince it to be in monitor 1, and it doesn't want to, which is weird. But yeah, I just killed McDonough, who needed to go because he was not who he presented himself to be. So I did take care of him. I have not started any of the DLC because that is just going to be an investment. So I'm cleaning up a bunch of small quests and side quests. I have just done almost every quest I can do in Diamond City, the baseball stadium. I do need to. There's one more quest I want to do in there. I still haven't helped the DJ. I still have to go help him out. I'm so strong as a character that I'm afraid that the fist fight, I'm going to kill my opponent. So I have to cheese it. Basically, there's a thing here where you're trying to give a guy confidence. You got to give him some fucking confidence. And a way to give this boy some confidence is have some people pick on him, and then you, a guy that he doesn't know, is going to be like, big him up, but be like, stand up for yourself. Tell him to go fuck off. Like, believe in yourself. You can do this. You're strong. You're capable. You can make this work. I got your back. I'll back you up. And then some Raider guys who are being paid go to mess them up, and then they're supposed to like take a fall. But I'm so strong that I'm probably going to kill those guys if I try to punch any of them. Even if I turn off the because I am using a mod that I basically have one-hit kills, which is awesome because it means I can use weapons that are not super strong, that are just fun to use, which is very cool. We'll love that. So if I turn that off and I'm unarmed, what I think I have to do, I think I have to cheese that by not punching, just getting in the way of the guys that are punching me and disrupt the guy that our guy needs to punch, because there are goons, but they don't have to go down. Just the main guy has to go down. So if I just like interrupt his punches enough, I should theoretically be able to like make it work. Because like you don't fail the quest, but it goes a different direction if you kill those guys. Like, it's bad. You don't want to kill these dudes. You're going to kill them later, but you don't want to do it there. So I'm like, I'll figure this out. Just trying to make this guy. There are various ways to make this dude like confident, and one of them is fucking silly. But yeah. So I haven't done that quest yet. It's like one of the only diamonds. There's like 2 Diamond City quests left that I got to do. One, I got to supply a guy with drugs, which I'm like, I'll do that at some point. I will do that quest at some point. And the other one is the confidence one. It's like a multi-part quest, and I just haven't done it. I will do it, as I said, but I just haven't done it yet. All right, I need 18, which is this one here. So on Thursday's stream, we will continue to work on this cool model kit. We'll try to get the wings done and the weapons. I don't think we're going to finish this kit on Thursday, but we'll get close to it. We'll probably finish it on Saturday. But like I said, I will do a poll for my $10 patrons tomorrow to see what they want to have me work on next when this is done, which again, probably won't be till Saturday, but it's nice to give some time. Because who knows? I might get in the rhythm here on Thursday and finish this whole thing off. Who knows? Who can say? But yeah, we'll do this last piece here. I'm not going to do any panel lining until this thing's all together. But just know that it's looking real good. It's coming together real good. It is nice to have this thing body complete. It is nice to look at it and see the work that we have done. Lord Crashton says, I got to Nordic Horizons DLC for Euro Truck Simulator, and it's cool to drive around the northern portions of Norway, Sweden, and Finland to cities with cool names. Hell yeah. That sounds great. I hope you're having a real good time with that. That's fun. That's some fun stuff. I wonder if when the next American expansion comes out, I'll have to watch Alex stream the next time he does Euro Truck Simulator, because that's fun. It's fun to those are fun streams. All right, that's gonna do it for tonight. We got a lot of progress done. We had a cool raid, which is awesome. We love that. And if you are still here from that raid, thank you for hanging out. Hit the follow button if you haven't already, so you know when I go live, so you can come hang out with me for another time. We are going to go on a raid ourselves. That is how we end every stream around here. Dirty says, I'm also playing a truck sim, but it's the ATS, and currently working my way to connect every city in Texas. Hell yeah. American Truck Simulator. Nice. Well, good luck with that. We are going to raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool stuff so the party can continue. I don't know what my girl Rara is doing, but we talked about her earlier and her nonsense. She's doing KRAR TV, which I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's going to be great. Rara rules, good old Vectroid. So let's go see whatever the fuck she's getting up to. Now, do we normally on Mondays raid Mary Kish? Of course we normally do. Should we definitely go raid Mary? If she was streaming, we would, but she's not streaming, so I can't. So we're going to go... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Mary is streaming. She's streaming Big Hops. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I didn't see her there. She keeps showing up on my For You page. We're not going to go see Mary. We love Mary. We'll see Mary again. We're going to go raid Vectroid, my girl Rara. She's streaming again in 2026. That rules. I know this is going to be a good weird time, and I hope you're ready for a good weird time. And I hope you come back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern for another weird time. Tier maker lists. I'll tell you what one of them is right now. School lunch food. I'm going to rank some school lunch food. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.